Imagine for a moment waking up to realize that the life you're living might not actually be yours. Not in the way you thought. Every belief, every choice, were they truly yours or borrowed from the world around you? What if I told you the version of yourself you're most familiar with is just a mask? Stay with me because in this video, we'll dive into one of the most mind-opening ideas from Carl Jung, and by the end, you'll never see yourself the same way again. From the moment we're born, society hands us a script. Names, labels, expectations, and unwritten rules about who we should be and how we should behave. And we adapt, because survival depends on fitting in. As a child, maybe you wanted to be an astronaut or paint wild colors on your bedroom wall. But over time, you learned what was acceptable. That being too emotional was weakness, that certain dreams were unrealistic. Slowly, you began to trade parts of yourself for approval. Psychologist Carl Jung called this constructed identity the persona, the face we show the world. It helps us navigate social expectations, but the danger lies in mistaking it for our true self. Personal story. Example, I remember working a corporate job where I wore suits, gave polite nods, and told myself this was success. But deep down, it felt like a costume. Ever felt like you were acting a part in your own life? That's the persona at work. While the persona is what we reveal, Jung believed there's another side, the shadow. It holds everything we've denied, suppressed, or labeled as bad: jealousy, rage, vulnerability, even hidden talents we were too afraid to express. Here's the unsettling truth. The shadow doesn't vanish because you ignore it. It seeps into your decisions, relationships, and emotions in unconscious ways. Relatable example. Ever dislike someone intensely for reasons you couldn't explain? Chances are they mirrored a part of your shadow. Jung believed we often project disowned traits onto others. But, and here's where it gets powerful, integrating the shadow isn't about battling darkness. It's about reclaiming those disowned parts and realizing that within our flaws lie hidden gifts. Most people believe they're a fixed identity, a name, a profession, a collection of memories. But Jung proposed something radically different. The self is not a static object. It's a dynamic, evolving whole that extends beyond the small ego identity we cling to. You are not just the sum of your experiences. You're a fragment of a larger, interconnected consciousness. Personal reflection. I've often felt like different versions of myself emerge in different phases of life. Sometimes I'm the wanderer, sometimes the creator. Jung would argue those are all facets of a larger, unknowable self. This idea isn't just mystical philosophy. Neuroscience today even hints at the brain's plasticity. We are wired for transformation. So how do you begin to find yourself in Jung's sense? Embrace the unknown. Most people fear the dark corners of their psyche, but it's there that growth happens. Detach from labels. You're not your job, your childhood role, or society's definitions. Listen to the unconscious. Your dreams, gut feelings, and creative impulses are messages from the deeper self. Real-life example. A friend of mine, after years in a stable career, kept dreaming of water, drowning, swimming, endless oceans. Eventually, he left his job, moved to the coast, and started a small business by the sea. His life transformed once he stopped resisting what his unconscious had been trying to tell him. Carl Jung taught that life doesn't truly begin until you embark on this inner journey. Not to become someone new, but to remember who you've always been. And here's the key. It's not a destination. It's a lifelong unfolding. So ask yourself, what part of your shadow are you ignoring? What labels could you let go of? And what might your dreams be trying to tell you tonight? Because the moment you stop running from yourself, that's when your real life begins.